Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video day, and the Houston Texans have signed wide receiver / kick and punt returner Steven Sims Jr. A very solid signing for the Houston Texans today. We're going to be talking about it and what he brings to the Texans, special teams, and a tiny bit of offense. Last season, he had 14 receptions, 104 receiving yards, 0 touchdowns. But for a guy who's mainly just doing kick returns and punt returns, that's pretty decent, averaging 8 yards per catch. So, I mean, yeah, those are some decent numbers for a wide receiver who's not really, and also had some better numbers. He wasn't he was spent the last 2 years with the Steelers. Before that, with the Commanders, back then they were either the Redskins or the football team. Back then with them, he was way better with it. I mean, he had he had 300 receiving yard seasons, multiple touchdowns scored because he was playing receiver way more with Washington than he was with Pittsburgh. But for the Texans, the main thing to address here is the kick and punt return position. The guy who's mainly doing that for you last season was Tremont Smith, who signed with the Denver Broncos to start free agency. And this was basically your Tremont Smith replacement. And let's talk about what he did last season. Only in 12 games, he had 17 kick returns with 434 kick return yards and averaged 25.5 yards per carry. I mean, per return. And his longest was a return of 89, and then he had 10 plus 20 carries as well, or not carries, returns out of 17. So, pretty decent right there. And then punt returns. For punt returns, he had 19 punt returns as well, 105 yards on punt returns, 5.5 average yards on punt returns. His longest was 24. So he's not that electric. I mean, besides that, he had that huge last season against the Bucs. He had that huge 89-yard kick return. But besides that, I mean, I don't think that was even a touchdown, was it? No, it wasn't a touchdown last year versus the. It was pretty close. I think he got them around the red zone, or a little bit after the red zone. But yeah, he's a guy who's going to be a really decent kick returner for the Texans. Might play a little bit of a wide receiver for the Texans as well. I mean, he's not the only guy who will be playing kick returner for the Texans this year, though, because I think Robert Woods could get some looks at it. He did a little bit of that for Tennessee last year. Tavierre Thomas could maybe get some action. So could Desmond King. I think a couple other guys have a chance as well for the Texans. I might be missing some guys. So it should be interesting to see what happens there with the Texans. And you guys have any thoughts on the signing? Good signing. He's a good kick returner, good punt returner as well. And he's a decent wide receiver when the ball's being thrown to him. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed them. My thoughts, and peace out. Go Texans.